بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Alhamdulillah, welcome to another lesson of دروس اللغة العربية. Inshallah, today we will be covering lesson 10, which is continuation of lesson 10 inshallah. Okay, so just to confirm that you can hear my audio and you can see the full screen, just to reconfirm again, and we'll make a start inshallah. Yes, all good. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, if my memory serves me well, last lesson we got to وَزَمِيلُكَ أَيْنَ أَبُوهُ, and your friend, where is his father? وَزَمِيلُكَ أَيْنَ أَبُوهُ, and your friend, where is his father? The waw here, we said waw is عاطفة. زميلك is مضاف, the kaf is مضاف إليه, and the مضاف إليه becomes مبتدأ. أين is ظرف. أين أبوه is a sentence itself, so أين is ظرف مكان خبر مقدم, and أبوه مضاف إليه will become مبتدأ مؤخر. So let's get the laser on so we know exactly where we are. So أين is خبر مقدم, أبوه مضاف إليه becomes مبتدأ مؤخر. Now this sentence أين أبوه will be في محل رفع the خبر of زميلك, the خبر of زميلك. Okay, is that تركيب understood, or do we need to annotate it? Are you okay with the تركيب? So we said وزميلك, زميلك is مبتدأ and the خبر has come in the form of أين أبوه, a sentence. Next we have is أبوه في اليابان. Okay, so this is where we're starting from today inshallah. So أبوه في اليابان. So what does أبوه في اليابان mean? أبوه, his father, is in في اليابان, Japan. His father is in Japan. So that's the translation of أبوه في اليابان. So let's just put that a bit further up. تركيب of this sentence, أبوه is مضاف, who is مضاف إليه, and that pairs together to become مبتدأ, and في اليابان, the jar majrur will be connected to that which is hidden. So we'll say كائن here because أبوه is singular masculine. And then أبوه في اليابان, that becomes a sentence, جملة اسمية خبرية. هو تاجر كبير. هو تاجر كبير. So هو means he is. تاجر means a businessman, but we're bringing the adjective of تاجر, so we're going to say big. So he is a big تاجر, trader, merchant, businessman, whichever way you want to translate it. So he is a big trader, big merchant. Let's put merchant then. Okay, so he is a big merchant. Next we have the sentence ألك أخ يا محمد. ألك أخ يا محمد. So we've got a few words there. The لك أخ يا محمد. So Hamza is harful istifham. So do. Laka means you have, and akhun means a brother. So do you have a brother? Okay, and then O Muhammad. So O Muhammad. So do you have a brother, O Muhammad? Or probably we would put O Muhammad, do you have a brother? Probably first. Okay, so O Muhammad, You're calling out probably. Oh Muhammad, do you have a brother? ألك أخ يا محمد. So that's the meaning of that sentence. Grammatically, when you break it down, Hamza is harful istifham. The lam is the harful jar or jar. The kaf is majroor, zamir majroor muttasil. Now, this prepositional phrase, laka, will be connected to that which is hidden, and we'll say ka'inun. Why? Because akhun is singular, masculine. So, aka'inun laka akhun. In other words, do you have a brother? So what that leaves us with akhun, which will be mubtada'un mu'akhkharun. So let's say that again. Alaka akhun, Hamza is harful istifham. Laka, the jar majrur, is connected to ka'inun, which is assumed to be hidden, and akhun is mubtada mu'akhkhar. And this becomes jumla ismiya insha'iyya. Why we're saying insha'iyatun? Because it's istifham, and istifham is a category of jumla insha'iyya. And in terms of Ya Muhammad, it's a separate sentence. So Ya is harfu nida, Muhammad is munada. And I did mention this before as well. Ya is qa'im maqam of ad'u, which means I am calling. And the word Muhammad is mabniyun ala dham fi mahalli nasb لكونه مفعولا به لفعل محذوف. Okay, so Muhammad will be mabniyun ala dham. So Ya Muhammadu will experience the state of nasb because it's actually the maf'ul bihi of the fail or which is assumed, which is obviously taken out from the harf nida ya. Okay, so that's the grammatical side of that. Next, Muhammad says na'am. So Muhammad says yes. Yes meaning yes, I have a brother. Okay. So na'am li akhun wahidun. Yes, I have one brother. Sorry. Yes, I have one brother. Okay. So na'am is harful ijab. It's a particle used for responding. It won't have no mahal in the i'rab. Li means I have. This becomes khabar muqaddam. The jar majrur becomes khabar muqaddam. And there's a rule in Arabic grammar that if the mubtada is nakiratun, which in this case it is akhun, and the khabar is a prepositional phrase, jar majrur, then you will have to advance the prepositional phrase before the mubtada, which is in the form of nakira. So let me say that again. If you have a nakiratun word, a word which is indefinite, and it's come as mubtada, and the khabar has come in the form of jar majrur, then you will advance the khabar before the mubtada, which is nakira. So that's why we're not saying akhun wahidun li. We're saying li akhun wahid. I have one brother. So akhun, we will say it's man'ut and wahid is na'at. Akhun, man'ut. Okay, so this one, I think what we'll do is we'll just annotate some of this one because this one actually extends onto the next sentence. We'll explain how. Okay, so let's first get the Arabic dictionary Arabic keyboard selected. Let's choose green for the tarkib. So here, okay. So li equals, okay, muta'alliqan, muta'alliqan, we're connecting it to ka'inun, okay, and that becomes the khabar muqaddam, the khabar which has been advanced. Now, carrying on, we have the word akhun, which is man'ut, And then we have واحد, which is نعت أول. Why did I say that? نعت أول, because لي أخ واحد, I have one brother whose name is Usama. So we'll translate اسمه Usama as whose name is Usama. Why? Because the second nat has come in the form of a jumla ismiya. So if you have a nakira word, a word which is nakiratun, and you have a jumla after it, provided that there is a pronoun referring back to the man'ut, it will be considered to be, in terms of tarkib, it will be man'ut and na'at. So the sentence that comes after the nakira word will be considered to be na'at. So in this case, ismuhu Usama, the who in ismuhu is referring back to akhun. So we can say ismuhu, okay, ismu equals mubtada'un, sorry, mudaf. The who equals mudaf ilay, and then the phrase ismuhu equals mubtada'un, and usamatu, which is غير غير منصرف ممنوع من الصرف, this is going to be khabar. And then the sentence ismuhu Usama, whose name is Usama. So because we're connecting it as a nat, we won't translate my, yes, na'am, yes, li akhun wahid, I have one brother, ismuhu Usama, his name is Usama. To make it nat, in translation, we'll use the word whose. Okay? That will make it like a nat translation. So yes, I have one brother whose name is Usama. Okay? So this sentence, ismuhu Usama, will become fi mahalli, because it's a sentence, so we're going to say fi mahalli raf. Why? Because na'tun thanin is the na'at thani of akhun. Okay. Is that much understood? Okay, so let's just quickly go through this again. We've done tarkib of the previous sentences, so you can watch the previous videos for that one. We got to this part here, inshallah, today. So far, it's pretty straightforward, but it's just this one I think we need to explain a bit more. So you have understood it, that's fine. Li muta'alliqan, there's a bit of a mistake there. Bk1 equals khabar muqaddam, akhun is man'ut, wahid is na'at awwal, ismun equals mudaf, the who is mudaf ilay. Then the phrase ismuhu becomes mubtada un, and Usama equals khabar. Then the phrase ismuhu Usama becomes fi mahalli raf, na'tun thanin li akhun. Okay, so that's the tarkib for that one. Now coming back to the translation, so let's put the English keyboard back on. Okay. وهو معي هنا في المدينة المنورة. وهو معي. What does that mean? وهو معي. Wa means and. Huwa means he. So and he is معي with me. هنا means here. في المدينة المنورة, in Madina Munawwara. And you can translate that as the illuminated city, if you want to do a literal translation of that. Okay. And he is with me here in Madina Munawwara. Okay. And he is with me here in Madina Munawwara. Tarkib wise, waw is harfu atf. Huwa will be mubtada'un. Now, ma'i is mudaf, the ya is mudaf ilay. And this ظرف ma'i, ظرف makan, will be متعلق to كائن, which is hidden. Because jar majroor is always connected to something. And also ظروف as well, you can also connect them to verbs as well. Okay, or verbs that contain the meaning of words that contain the meaning of verbs like ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, etc. So ma'i, we will say this is muta'alliq to ka'inun, which is hidden. Huna is also a dharf, so we could say this is the second muta'alliq of ka'inun, which is hidden, which is the khabar. So وهو كائن معي هنا في المدينة المنورة. We are going to link three things to the word كائن, which is the khabar mahzuf. First thing we connect to the khabar mahzuf is the word ma'i. Okay, so we connect the zarf with ka'inun. So ma'i mudaf mudaf ilay becomes connected to ka'inun, which is the khabar of huwa. The second thing we've connected is huna, which is also zarf, and zarf zaman. Sorry, makan. Okay, so ma'i and huna both zarf makan. Fil madinati al-munawwara. Fi is jar. Al-madinati is man'ut because we have brought the nat of al-madina, which means city. And the nat is al-munawwarati, the illuminated. Man'ut al-nat al-madinat al-munawwarati will become the majroor of fi. And then the jar majroor, the prepositional phrase, becomes the third thing which is connected to ka'inun. So in other words, we are saying وَهُوَ كَائِنٌ مَعِي هُنَا فِي الْمَدِينَةِ الْمُنَوَّرَةِ. And that becomes i.e. the mubtada, which is huwa, and the khabar, which is كَائِنٌ مَعِي هُنَا فِي الْمَدِينَةِ الْمُنَوَّرَةِ, will become جملة اسمية خبرية. Is that tarkib understood? Or do I need to start annotating again? Clear. Okay, it's fine. ولي أخت or ولي أخت واحدة اسمها زينب. Okay, let's get this translation down. And I have a sister. Remember at the top we said, yes, I have a brother, and we made ismuhu Usama as the nat thani. So same thing here as well. Waliya ukhtun wahidatun. I have one sister. So we brought the nat of that. I have one sister whose name is Zainab. Okay. I think we missed the translation of Li akhun wahidun ismuhu Osama. Yes, I have one brother. Yes, we missed the part whose name is Osama. Okay, so just remember that. Okay. Okay, so we can probably just put that translation there because it's close by. Okay. And then the sentence continues, and she is in Iraq with her spouse, partner, or spouse, or husband. Yeah, and then you have a second sentence. Her husband, زوجها مهندس. Her husband is an engineer. Okay, so that is the full translation, if I'm not wrong. And I have one sister whose name is Zainab, and she is in Iraq with her spouse. Her husband is an engineer. So that's the translation. Let's just pop that translation there. Okay. تركيب. واو is حرف عطف. لي, Lia. Li is jar, the ya is majroor. And the prepositional phrase will become khabar muqaddam. And it'll be connected to ka'inatun, not ka'inun, because the mubtada mu'akhar is ukhtun is feminine. So we can't say ka'inun. So we'll say li, okay, or waliya, the jar majrur is connected to ka'inatun. Ukhtun is man'ut. Wahidatun is na'at awwal. And the second na'at has come in the form of jumla ismiya. So we've got to break this jumla ismiya down, which is ismuha Zainab. So let's break it down. Ismu is mudaf. The ha is mudaf ilay. And the mudaf ilay becomes mubtada'un. Zainab becomes the khabar. Then this sentence, ismuha Zainab, becomes fi mahalli raf, like we said here. Na'tun thani, but in this case it'll be na'at thani of ukhtun. Then the khabar muqaddam, which was waliya, with the mubtada muakhar, which is compounded to get, with two na'ats. So ukhtun wahidatun ismuha Zainab, that becomes jumla ismiya khabariya. Is that tarkib understood? Waliya ukhtun wahidatun ismuha Zainab. The translation and tarkib, have you understood it? Clear? Alhamdulillah. And she is in Iraq with her spouse, her husband. Waw is harful atf, particle of conjunction. Here is mubtada'un, so pronoun at the beginning of a sentence, it takes the role of mubtada'un. Fil Iraq, she is. Okay, so fil Iraq, the prepositional phrase fil Iraq will become connected to ka'inatun, again, because it's feminine here. So that's the first thing we are connecting to ka'inatun. Another thing we're going to connect is the zarf, which is ma'a zawjiha. So ma'a is mudaf, zawji is mudaf ilay towards ma'a, but also mudaf, again, because we have a pronoun ha after it. Then ma'a zawjiha, all this will group together to become zarf, makan, and it'll be connected to the khabar, which is mahsuf, which is ka'inatun. Then here, which is mubtada and ka'inatun fil Iraq, ma'a zawjiha, that will become khabar. And the whole sentence will pair together to become jumlatun ismiyatun khabariyatun. And then this is jumla, you could say ibtidaiya or isti'nafiya. Okay, another sentence. Okay, a new sentence. So zawjuha, zawju will be mudaf, the ha will be mudaf ilay, and the mudaf ilay will become mubtada'un, and muhandisun will be the khabar. And then that together will become jumlatun ismiyatun khabariyatun. Okay, any questions in regards to the translation or tarkib of any of the sentences on this page? We have covered the previous sentences before. So it's all clear, alhamdulillah. So should we move on? Let's move on. Okay, see. Let's get rid of all these annotations now. Okay, Bismillah. We have a good exercise here now. ضع في الفراغ فيما يلي الضمير هو or ha. ضع ضع means to place. So place fil faragh in the blank, fima yali in that which follows the dhamir. Okay. So we have to. So sorry. Al-dhamir is the maf'ul bi of dha. Okay. So place in the empty space in the following, meaning in the following here. What do we place in the following? The zamir, the pronoun, who or ha. So do you understand how this is working? ضع في الفراغ فيما يلي الضمير هو ها. Is that clear? So place in the empty space in the following the pronoun and one of these two. Okay. So let's just annotate these answers inshallah. So let's load up the Arabic keyboard. So the first one, what are we going to put? We have هذه البنت طالبة اسمها or ismuhu. What's it going to be? Okay, so you're going for ismuha because it is feminine. So this girl is a student. Her name is Zainab. Okay. تركيب هذه is مبدل من. البنت will be the بدل, and the مبدل من and بدل هذه البنت will become مبتدأ, and طالبة is the خبر. So this girl is a student. Okay. Her name is Zainab. So اسمه will be مضاف, ها will be مضاف إليه, and the مضاف إليه will be مبتدأ, Zainab will be the خبر, and you can say this is a separate sentence because we can see that there's full stops here. Yeah, full stops. The other possibility can be that طالبة, if we take it to be a that, so this girl is a student, we take this to be that, like a student, then it can take the role of being منعوت. So this girl is a student whose name is Zainab. So you're bringing that as اسمها Zainab as a nat of طالبة. So طالبة will be منعوت, اسمها Zainab. The jumla will become في محل رفع, nat of طالبة, and that will pair together to become the خبر of هذه البنت. Do you understand the two possibilities? Oh, yeah? Okay, next one we have is محمد طبيب. Muhammad is a doctor. So you are going for who? Who? وابنه مهندس. And, okay, so let's just place it there. وابنه مهندس, and his son is an engineer. Okay, so محمد طبيب, Muhammad مبتدأ, طبيب خبر. معطوف عليه, the sentence. محمد طبيب, واو is حرف العطف. ابن is مضاف, the who is مضاف إليه. So ابنه مضاف إليه becomes مبتدأ, مهندس will become the خبر. And then this together, the mubtada and khabar will become ma'tuf upon the previous sentence, which is Muhammadun tabibun. And if you want to group it all together and add more spice to the tarkib, you could say it's jumlatun ismiyatun khabariyatun ma'tufiyatun. Depends how far you want to go. Next one, هذا الرجل تاجر كبير. This man is a big trader. The next Alan Sugar. Ismuha or ismuhu, which one? Okay, so you're going for ismuhu. Okay, Abdullah, good. Why? Because it's referring to a rajul, okay, the businessman, and that is masculine. So ismuhu Abdullah. So this man is a big merchant. His name is Abdullah, or you could say whose name is Abdullah. I'll explain why. Tarkib هذا الرجل, whenever you have ismul ishara and you have the next word has al after it, tarkib wise, it will be the ismul ishara will be considered to be mubdalun min, and the mushar ilay will be considered to be the badal. So here هذا الرجل, this will group together after being mubdal min and badal will become mubtada'un. Tajirun is man'ut, kabirun is nat awwal, and the sentence ismuhu Abdullah will become nat thani. Because tajirun, you can take that to be a that, an entity, okay? And it can take, because man'ut is normally, that, and the nat is a description. So when you say big businessman, so kabir is the nat of the businessman. Okay, so tajirun is man'ut, kabirun will be nat awwal, ismuhu Abdullah, so ismu is mudaf, who is mudaf ilay, the mudaf ilay become mubtadaun, and Abdullah, he, the mudaf ilay will become the khabar of ismuhu. Ismuhu Abdullah, that will become a sentence, jumla ismiya fi mahalli raf, nat thani of tajirun. Then we can group all that together. Tajirun kabirun ismuhu Abdullah. So the man'ud tajirun with his two nats, kabirun being one, ismuhu Abdullah being the other two, sorry, the other one will become the khabar of هذا الرجل. Okay. Aminatu fil ghurfati wa ummuha. Because it's referring back to Amina. Okay. Amina was the name also of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam's mother. Okay. So Aminatu fil ghurfa. So Amina is in the room. Wa ummuha fil matbakh. And her mother is in the kitchen. So Aminatu fil ghurfati wa ummuha fil matbakhi. تركيب آمنة is مبتدأ. في will be jar. Remember آمنة is غير منصرف. The two causes, one is علم and the other one being تأنيث. So it will only have a single ضمة. So آمنة is مبتدأ. في الغرفة the jar مجرور become connected to that which is hidden. So we'll say كائنة because آمنة is feminine and that will become the خبر. And this sentence آمنة في الغرفة will be معطوف عليه. واو is حرف العطف. أمها مضاف إليه will become مبتدأ. في المطبخ the jar مجرور will become connected to that which is hidden which is كائنة, and the مبتدأ which is أمها and the خبر which is كائنة في المطبخ, they'll pair together to become the معطوف of آمنة في الغرفة, the previous sentence basically. And then if you want to group both sentences together, you could just say it ends up becoming جملة اسمية because it started with the ism, noun آمنة, خبرية because it's informative, and it's معطوفية because it consists of معطوف عليه, it consists of عطف on a sentence level. Okay. عائشة طبيبة وأختها, again feminine because we are referring back to عائشة. Okay. وأختها ممرضة. So Aisha is a doctor and وأختها and her sister is a nurse. ممرضة اسم الفاعل from تمريض. Okay, مرض يمرض. Okay. تركيب عائشة is مبتدأ, طبيبة is the خبر. المبتدأ خبر becomes معطوف عليه. واو is حرف العطف. أختها the مضاف إليه will become مبتدأ, and ممرضة is the خبر. Then the مبتدأ أختها with the خبر ممرضة will become عطف upon عائشة طبيبة. And then the معطوف عليه عائشة طبيبة with the معطوف أختها ممرضة will become جملة اسمية because it started with عائشة, a noun. خبرية because it's informative, and معطوفية because it consists of عطف. And notice here عائشة, we're not reading with a tanween because this is ممنوع من الصرف. And the two causes, same as آمنة, it's alam, it's a proper noun, and it's تأنيث. Next, we have خرج محمد من الفصل وخرج معه زميله because it's referring back to Muhammad. Okay, so Muhammad exited from the class, or Muhammad left from the classroom. خرج محمد من الفصل وخرج معه, and left with him زميله, his friend, his colleague, his friend. Okay, so that's that exercise done. The tarkib of this sentence, خرج is فعل ماض, محمد is فاعل, min is jar, الفصل is majrur, and the prepositional phrase min al-fasl will become connected to the verb خرج. We don't need to make it متعلق to something which is hidden, because it's something, there's something there we can connect it to, which is the verb خرج. Then the sentence خرج محمد من الفصل will become معطوف عليه because we brought واو حرف العطف, and the عطف has taken place on the sentence level. خرج is فعل ماض again, مع مضاف, who is مضاف إليه, and then معه the ظرف مكان, we can make it متعلق because we say ظروف can also be connected to verbs, etc., like the jar majrur. So معه will make that, connect that to the verb خرج, and that leaves us with the fa'il which is زميله. So زميل is مضاف, who is مضاف إليه, and the مضاف إليه زميله will become the fa'il of خرج. Now how do we group the whole sentence together? خرج معه زميله, so we got خرج فعل ماض, the مفعول فيه ظرف مكان معه, and the fa'il which is زميله, that will become a sentence جملة فعلية, but it will be معطوف. And what's معطوف عليه? The previous sentence خرج محمد من الفصل. And then we can pair both sentences together and make a جملة فعلية, not اسمية. So جملة فعلية خبرية because it's informative, and معطوفية because it's consists of atf on a sentence level. Okay. Any questions in regards to the translation or the tarkib of exercise 2? Jay? All clear. Alhamdulillah. Exercise 3. Okay. Exercise 3 says هاتي خمسة أسئلة وأجوبة كالمثال الآتي. What do you think hati means? Remember, this is an Urdu word, by the way. Okay, so don't say elephant, please. Hati. Bring, produce. It's in the Quran. قُلْ هَاتُوا بُرْهَانَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Produce your evidence if you are the truthful ones. Okay. Hati, produce, is ismul fi'l. Okay. Hati, that's why we said خمسة مفعول به. So produce 5 أسئلة, because خمسة أسئلة, numbers 3 till including 10 work with إضافة. So produce خمسة أسئلة, 5 questions. وأجوبة is doing عطف أسئلة. So and answers like the following example. أعندك قلم? Do you have a pen? نعم عندي قلم. Yes, I have a pen. Okay. So here we have to produce 5 questions and answers like in the example. So let's use the word, should we use the word bait? Okay, so let's say you want to say, do you have a house? How are we going to say that? How are you going to say that? Okay, so we got to run it down that same pattern. هل عندك بيت? Okay. أعندك بيت? Do you have a house? Okay. So now how would you respond? You'll say نعم عندي بيت. Yes, I have a house. Okay. Let's change the word pen to a car. And let's say you're addressing a female and saying, do you have a car? What's it going to become now? Do you have a car? Yes, I do have a car. Use Hamza حرف الاستفهام, not hal. Okay, there's a difference between Hamza and hal. Okay, that you cover that in balagha. تصديقا تصور. G. أعندك سيارة? Do you have a car? نعم عندي سيارة. Yes, I have a car. Okay, what's the difference between hal and Hamza? Okay, the difference between hal and Hamza is simple. I don't want to go into too much complexity. Okay, hal, the response to hal will be yes or no. And with Hamza, it can be yes or no, and it could be a specific entity. So, for example, I can say to you, عندك قلم? Do you have a pen? The answer is yes or no. But if I say to you, okay, do you have a pen or a pencil? أقلم عندك أم مرسم? For instance, أقلم عندك أم مرسم? So you'll have to use a counterpart when you use Hamza in that meaning. Okay. Then if I'm not wrong, if my memory serves me well, in Balagha that comes up as well. Okay, so if it's a yes or no answer, it'll be طلب tasdiq. And if it's a specific entity, so do you have a pen or do you have basically a pencil? So you're asking something specific, it's not a yes or no answer. That would be on طلب تصور. Okay, hal can't come for that. Hal will always, the response to hal will always be yes or no. But with Hamza, it can be yes or no, or it can be something specific, some entity or item. Is that clear? Yeah? Okay. So we've done عندك سيارة, عندك قلم, that's the sample. Yes, I have a pen. What else can we say? We said, do you have a house? Yes, I have a house. Do you have a fan? Do you have a fan? How would we say that? Do you have a fan? Okay, so let's just annotate some of these sentences. عندك سيارة. Okay, so, and the response was نعم عندي سيارة. Okay, so that's one sample we use. Okay, and then we said عندك عندك بيت, and then نعم عندي بيت. Okay, so that's another sentence. عندك بيت? Question mark. What am I doing? نعم عندي بيت. And then we said, do you have a fan? Okay. عندك مروحة. Okay, do you have a fan? نعم عندي مروحة. Yes, I have a fan. Okay, so عندك مروحة. نعم عندي مروحة. The rest we can say orally. Okay, so let's just say you want to say now, do you have, what can we say? Do you have a computer? How are you going to say that? Do you have a computer? Yes, I have a computer. Do you have a computer? Yes, I have a computer. Okay, so عندك حاسوب? نعم عندي حاسوب. Okay, let's move on to exercise 4. What is exercise 4 telling us to do? هاتي 5 أسئلة وأجوبة كالمثال الآتي. Produce 5 question and answers like the following example. Okay, أعندك قلم? Do you have a pen? لا ما عندي قلم. No, I don't have a pen. So here you are answering in the negative. Before it was نعم, but notice here to respond in the negative, we have to use the حرف الإيجاب لا. So لا, and then we're negating again and saying I don't have a pen, we'll have to use the word ما before the word عندي. Okay, so let's run these same examples down. عندك سيارة؟ لا ما عندي سيارة. عندك بيت؟ لا ما عندي بيت. عندك مروحة؟ لا ما عندي مروحة. Okay, the pronouns here, this is just to get you familiar with certain pronouns. So بيت means house. بيتي my house. بيتك your house. بيته his house, feminine, sorry, masculine. And بيتها her house, feminine. Any questions on this page? تركيب of عندك قلم is pretty straightforward. Hamza is حرف الاستفهام. عندك is مضاف إليه, it will become a خبر مقدم because the عندك can't take the role of مبتدا, so it's because it's ظرف. So عندك will be خبر مقدم, قلم will be مبتدا مؤخر, and it becomes جملة اسمية إنشائية. So let's move on to the next page, inshallah. Okay, so let's get rid of the annotation. Okay. أضف الأسماء الآتية إلى المتكلم والمخاطب والغائب والغائبة كما هو موضح في المثال. Make the following nouns, okay, possessive to the first person, المتكلم والمخاطب, the second person, الغائب, the third person, masculine, and الغائبة, third person, feminine. The way it is made clear, كما هو موضح في المثال, the way it has been made clear in the example. Okay, so قلم, هذا قلمي, this is my pen. هذا قلمك, this is your pen. هذا قلمه, this is his pen. And هذا قلمها, this is her pen. Okay, so let's just run this one down. Okay, so this is going to be هذا كتابي. Then we're going to have هذا كتابك, this is your book. Okay, so you're talking to the second person. Then we got هذا كتابه, this is his book, meaning third person. And then we're going to have the third person feminine version, هذا كتابها, this is her book. What's wrong with me today? I can't get the calf. It's been a long day. So هذا كتابي, هذا كتابك, this is your book. Okay, let's just put the fatha on the calf so we know it's masculine. And هذا كتابه, this is his book. And هذا كتابها, this is her book. Okay. Next we have is the word sarir. So same thing. هذا سريري, سريري, this is my bed. هذا سريرك, this is your bed. هذا سريره, this is his bed, masculine. هذا سريرها, this is her bed, obviously referring to feminine. And the same thing we can run down with the word ism. Okay, so we'll just say the rest orally until we come to the feminine one. So this will become هذا اسمي, this is my name. هذا اسمك, this is your name. هذا اسمه, this is his name. هذا اسمها, this is her name. منديل, هذا منديلي, this is my handkerchief. هذا منديلك, this is your handkerchief. هذا منديله, this is his handkerchief. هذا منديلها, this is her handkerchief. Then we have the word ibn. هذا ابني, this is my son. هذا ابنك, this is your son. هذا ابنه, this is his son. هذا ابنها, this is her son. Now notice here we've got the word سيارة. So here we're not going to say هذا because it's feminine. So we're going to say هذا سيارتي. This is my car. This is your car. هذا سيارتك. This is his car. هذا سيارته. Sorry, هذه سيارته. And then we have هذه سيارتها. This is her car. So notice here we do not use هذا because سيارة is feminine. We probably know that from lesson 2 if I'm not wrong. مفتاح, هذا مفتاحي, this is my key. هذا مفتاحك, this is your key. هذا مفتاحه, this is his key. And هذا مفتاحك, sorry, مفتاحها, this is her key. يد is hand. So notice here, dual body parts, we will use that as feminine. So we're going to say هذه يدي. هذه يدي. هذه يدك, this is your hand. هذه يده, this is his hand. And هذه يدها, this is her hand. Okay, so اقرأ, read. So let's read through this. Li means I have, laka means you have, lahu means he has, and laha means she has. Okay, you don't need to translate li as for me is one sister, li ukhtun wahida. Okay, your target language is English and it has to make sense in that language. So li ukhtun wahidatun, I have one sister. Tarkib we've done before. Li is khabar muqaddam, is sadda masadda al khabar, is in the place of the khabar. Ukhtun is man'ut, wahidatun is na'at, and the man'ut na'at becomes mubtada mu'akhar. Alaka akhun, do you have a brother? La ma li akhun, I don't have a brother. Hamza is حرف الاستفهام. لك is خبر مقدم. أخ is مبتدأ مؤخر. لا is حرف الإيجاب للنفي لا محل لها من الإعراب. ما لي أخ. ما is نافية. لي is the خبر مقدم of ما, and أخ is the اسم مؤخر of ما, because ما has a اسم and خبر. أختي لها طفل صغير. My sister, she has a small child. Now the تركيب of this sentence, okay, أختي لها طفل صغير. My sister, she has a small child. Okay, we'll conclude with these two sentences and we'll continue inshallah with the lessons next week. So let's just do the tarkib of these two sentences because they might need a little bit of explanation, I think. Okay, so li, okay, it's muta'alliqan. We know it's jar majrur, so we got to connect it to something. Muta'alliqan to that which is hidden. So what we're going to say, what's hidden? Ka'inatun. Sorry, what am I doing? Okay. أختي. أخت. We know it's مضاف مضاف إليه. Put it that way. Okay. مضاف مضاف إليه. So we don't need to say أخت is مضاف, يا is مضاف إليه. That much we know. So أختي will straightforward say it's مبتدأ. Okay. That leaves us with لها. لها, okay. It's خبر مقدم. Now you might think if أختي is مبتدأ, how come لها is خبر مقدم? That's because لها طفل صغير is a separate sentence. And if we treat لها طفل صغير as a separate sentence, we break that sentence down, then لها will be خبر مقدم, طفل صغير, the منعوت نات will become مبتدا مؤخر, then that sentence as a whole, لها طفل صغير, will be me في محل رفع خبر أبو أختي. So that's what's going to happen. So لها is خبر مقدم. Okay, طفل is منعوت, صغير is not. Now the منعوت and not. So طفل صغير, the منعوت and not is going to become مبتدأ مؤخر. مبتدأ مؤخر. Okay, and then the sentence لها طفل. طفل طفل صغير is going to become a sentence في محل رفع خبر المبتدأ. And what's the مبتدأ? When we say خبر المبتدأ, it becomes the خبر of the مبتدأ أختي. So in other words, we're saying أختي, my sister, لها طفل صغير. She has a small child. Okay. So أختي is مبتدأ, لها is خبر مقدم of the sentence which has come in the خبر which has come in the form of sentence. طفل is منعوت, صغير is not. Now the phrase طفل صغير will become مبتدأ مؤخر. And then the sentence لها طفل صغير will become في محل رفع خبر المبتدأ, the خبر of the مبتدأ أختي. Is that one understood? Do you understand the tarkib of that one? Yeah? Clear. Okay. زميلي له أخ وأخت. So my friend, he has a brother and a sister. So tarkib of this one, زميلي, let's just make that straightforward, the mubtada. Now the khabar has come in the form of jumla ismiya again. What's going on? So lahu equals khabar muqaddam, but we're not gonna make the mubtada muakhar here akhun because akhun is ma'tuf alayh. We're adding something onto it. Okay, so معطوف عليه. The واو equals عاطفة, and that leaves us with أخت, which equals معطوف, the thing we've added. Now the phrase the معطوف and the معطوف عليه. It's a mouthful, isn't it? In a mouthful. The معطوف عليه, which is أخ وأخت. Okay, all this is going to become now مبتدأ مؤخر. مبتدأ مؤخر of which word? له. And then the sentence له أخ وأخت. The sentence له وأخت will become في محل رفع خبر المبتدأ. State of raf becomes a khabar of the mubtada, and which mubtada are we talking about? It's zamili. Okay. So zamili mubtada, lahu khabar muqaddam, akhun ma'tuf alay, waw atifatun, ukht ma'tuf. The ma'tuf alay, akhun wa ukhtun becomes mubtada muakhar. Then the sentence lahu akhun wa ukhtun will become fi mahalli raf, the khabar of the mubtada, which is zamili. Is that understood? Is that clear? Alhamdulillah, yeah? Okay. We'll continue from here, the lesson of Durus al-Lughat al-Arabiyyah. We're focusing on translation and the tarkib. Okay? So, inshallah, we'll continue from here, next lesson. For now, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And remember, don't forget to use the Telegram support group if you have any questions. Okay? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.